Hi, this is Rooney207 again. Thank you so much for those that subscribed and welcome back for the new subscribers. This video is a little bit different than the previous videos. This one will touch base on League of Kingdoms. It's another Web3 crypto type game, and this is a comparison to the Web2 version of Rise of Kingdoms. So I thought it would be a good one to kick off the series for League of Kingdoms by making a comparison to the most popular Web2 game, which is Rise of Kingdoms. The Rise of Kingdom is developed by Lilith. It's a Chinese company versus League of Kingdoms is by a Singapore-based company called N+. The primary difference between the two is the economics, how you monetize the game. For for Rise of Kingdoms, you get it through basically flexing the skins. You get the different types of rewards, different types of weapons, and different types of things that you get out of KVK, Kingdom versus Kingdom, versus the League of Kingdoms. Well, there are different types of economic and rewards, and we'll go through that whole comparison there. And in terms of the actual gameplay itself, Rise of Kingdoms, it's the alliance capacity for it can go above 149 depending on your flag and your involvement in KVK and the size and things like that. Versus League of Kingdoms has a capacity of 100 members for the alliance. And then the other significant difference, I think, is almost a deal breaker if you're looking to make money out of the Web3 type game versus Web2 is the acquisition of land, being able to monetize that. For League of Kingdoms, you can buy land, and the nice part about their land is that it's stackable. So you can be on one continent and you can develop it, and others can work to produce, gather resources, and contribute their crystal mines on other continents, and you'll build your land value will go up. Your land level will increase gradually through that process. The castle level for Rise of Kingdoms is capped at 25 currently, and League of Kingdoms is at 30. Also, please keep in mind that I've not played Rock in a while, so a few things may change. And if it is, you can just leave me a note, and I'll correct it and things like that. In terms of civilization, Rock does allow up to, I believe, 11 civilization versus League of Kingdom has only one generic fantasy type civilization. And also, Rock tends to incorporate real life battle commanders, people like Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, Joan of Arc, those type of commanders that are relatable to us through the historical perspective, versus League of Kingdoms do not have it. Like any type of game genre, especially the city building war type the strategy game, you want something that will be addictive, will cause people to be salty, and players to want to come back and be competitive. One of the ways that Rock achieves that is through the KVK reward systems and the contribution. You may be in an alliance that may not necessarily be part of the ones that capture Kingsland, or you may not be part of the kingdom at all. There may be another kingdom that wins, and you spent a lot of energy, resources, a lot of money, and at the end of the day, you don't get the maximum reward. League of Kingdoms has the crystal mines that are scattered throughout. They're kind of like the gem mines in Rise of Kingdom. The only difference is that the crystal mines contribute through. You can use that to buy from the VIP shop, and you can use that to increase your VIP level. And also, the most important thing is that it contributes to the growth and development of your land. So I think as a player within the League of Kingdoms, it's very imperative that you get one land and develop that. I think that's an item that can potentially, or an asset that can potentially grow over time and contribute on a daily basis that you can go and claim. Rise of Kingdom focuses on, if you're a U.S. player, there it's a U.S. Fiat-based currency. League of Kingdoms, it's crypto as well, so it's Web3. So it's a combination of fiat and the currency. The token of choice is Loca for the League of Kingdoms. Both are available on the desktop. The Rock is an application based. You install it, versus League of Kingdoms, it's browser based. The I believe Rock is much more favorable to pay to win players versus League of Kingdoms. It's newer. League of Kingdoms has 58 continents, so they're much smaller than Rock, which has thousands of continents. So, in that regard, I think if you're an early adapter, an early player for League of Kingdoms, you'll benefit significantly more, and you'll basically contribute or spend less money to be able to achieve the highest level of let's say, VIP 17 and some of the other city development and things like that. You can max out. The hospital mortality for Rock, the base is 309,000. You can get like France civilization, you can increase your hospital capacity, or within KBK, your a particular kingdom can complete certain types of pre-KBK type event to increase the hospital capacity. Versus within the League of Kingdoms, you're capped at roughly 1.12 million. And also the mortality is calculated differently. In a non-rally situation, you can attack a resource node, for instance. In League of Kingdoms, you can still experience mortality. The March queue for Rise of Kingdoms, it's 5. It can increase throughout KBK once you complete that component. The League of Kingdom has 8, but you can get up to 10 with the general title and also City Skin. Both games are mobile, available on Google and Apple Store. They have the event, the principal flagship event for both of them. It's either Kingdom versus Kingdom or Continent versus Continent. In terms of being able to sell resources, Rock, you can sell it through third-party PayPal type structure, and within the League of Kingdoms, you can mint it and sell it through either OpenSea or one of Polygon's marketplace, or you can sell it where you can agree another player to attack your city and take the resources, and you can be compensated through PayPal, and it's a little bit cheaper mechanism, but it takes a lot longer. It's something to consider if that's the option both players agree to. In terms of being able to sell your account, I believe Rock, you can only currently sell it through on the China if you're on a Chinese server. I think they'll probably, if the experiment goes well, they'll probably extend that to other servers. League of Kingdoms, you have to sell your account through third-party means as well. There's no in-game mechanism for that. League of Kingdoms has something that's unique relative to Rock. They have dragons or dragos, and you can mint and sell that. And one of the benefit for that is it may increase your continent's gathering if enough people put it as their PFP player profile or stake it, so to speak. And it may add other benefits for the CBC mechanism. I believe League of Kingdoms N Plus is still experimenting with it, and they'll continue to develop it. So similar to other like resources, you can trade or sell your city skins within League of Kingdoms. Versus Rock, you're not able to. Both have special events like barbarian events and things like that. There's the economic or Web3 staking availability for League of Kingdoms to get CBC rewards, crystals, and other types of spawnings. I think N Plus is researching this and developing that other benefits as the game continues to grow. The troop capacity. Well, the nice thing about Rock is you can build an unlimited. There's no upper limit for the number of troops you can train. Versus League of Kingdoms, you can only train up to 3.75 and hold only 3.75, roughly thereof. In terms of troop mobility, I think this is where, bar none, it separates Rock from any other game. You have freedom of mobility. and versus League of Kingdoms, it's kind of like Lords Mobile, I believe. There's no, you pretty much just point to a node or an attack point, and then you can't retrieve or stop, and it just goes. Both games have tier 5 VIP in terms of tier 5 troops. That is the VIP level. Rise of Kingdom is up to 18. They recently bumped it from 17, I believe, and League of Kingdoms is at 17. The game itself, Raw came out in September of 2018 versus League of Kingdoms. The game came out July of 2020. In terms of the overview, essentially, I believe that Rise of Kingdoms is a lot more fun, a lot more mobile, a lot of more flexible, and there's a lot of engagement due to the large number of kingdoms throughout the game versus League of Kingdoms is growing. So I think if you're not looking for a reward or an economic incentive or the flexibility of a Web3, and you don't want to contribute to the development growth of the Web3, I think Rise of Kingdoms probably is currently the better option in terms of enjoyment piece. But if you wanted something that has an economic return that you can feel comfortable and you wanted to try to make a living, or you wanted to invest in the token, or you want to invest in the land, the future of the game, I believe that League of Kingdoms is a much better path that you can consider, especially if you're from a underbanked or unbanked countries. I believe as those players continue to increase, there are avenues for them to seek financial gains and alternatives. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much.